When it comes to anime, few things are more satisfying than watching a character go through epic growth, becoming stronger, wiser, and, in some cases, completely transforming. Today, we're counting down some of the best anime character growth ever, featuring characters who've overcome the odds, faced their inner demons, and emerged as legends. These aren't your typical overnight power-ups either. We're talking about deep, meaningful development that shows real progression. So let's dive in, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Everyday Dubs for more anime breakdowns, reviews, and recommendations. Alright, let's get into our first character. Someone who started out in the shadows but came into their own in a big way. Kicking off the list is Aki Hayakawa from Chainsaw Man. At the start, Aki is your typical no-nonsense, emotionally closed-off demon hunter. His life is driven by revenge against the gun devil, but over time, Aki's journey transforms him in ways we never expected. Initially cold and distant, Aki's interactions with Denji and Power force him to confront his loneliness. He starts to open up and build genuine connections with them, evolving into a more compassionate and vulnerable character even while knowing that his life is destined for tragedy. At first, Aki's only motivation is revenge, but by the end of his arc, his motivations shift toward protecting the people he cares about like Denji and Power. His journey goes from one fueled by hatred to one centered on love and sacrifice. That shift makes Aki's story not only tragic but also incredibly powerful. What makes Aki's growth special is how it's tied to his relationship with Denji and Power. They go from being complete strangers to a makeshift family, and through their chaotic lives together, Aki learns to let his guard down. He becomes not just a partner in battle, but also an older brother figure who genuinely cares for their well-being. Without spoiling too much, Aki's story is a reminder of how bittersweet growth can be. His development comes full circle, teaching us that growth isn't always about becoming stronger. It's about changing your perspective even if the ending is tragic. Next up at number 4, we've got Iruma Suzuki from Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun. Iruma starts out as a timid, passive kid who can't say no to anyone, and to top it all off, he gets sold to a demon and ends up in a demon school. But Iruma's transformation throughout the series is nothing short of incredible. Despite his human status, he gains respect and admiration in the demon world, eventually becoming a confident, capable leader who commands attention. His growth from a pushover to a powerful figure is one of the best character arcs in 2024 anime. At the beginning, Iruma is so passive that he can't stand up for himself, constantly being pushed around by others. But as the series progresses, he starts to develop his own sense of confidence, learning how to take charge and even leading his classmates to victory in high-stakes battles. It's a classic zero-to-hero transformation, but what makes it special is Iruma's unwavering kindness even as he becomes more assertive. What makes Iruma's growth even more impressive is that he's doing all of this in a world where he's at a serious disadvantage. He's literally the only human in a school full of demons. Watching him navigate that, find allies, and even become the heir to a powerful demon lord is incredibly satisfying. One of the highlights of Iruma's character growth is the Evil Iruma arc, where a spell temporarily makes him more assertive and daring. This arc lets us see what Iruma is capable of when he taps into his inner confidence, and it pushes him to develop further as a leader. It's a fun twist on his character growth, showing that even though he's kind, he's not weak. At number 3, we have Miorine Rembrandt from Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury. Miorine starts off as a rebellious daughter trapped in the shadow of her powerful father, but her growth into a strong, independent leader is one of the most impressive character arcs of the series. Initially resistant to the political machinations of the Gundam world, Miorine gradually steps into the role of a true leader, fighting for what she believes in while building her own identity outside of her father's influence. At the start, Miorine is just trying to escape her father's control, but as the series goes on, she stops running and starts facing her problems head on. She evolves from being a character who is just reacting to things around her to someone who takes control of her destiny, and it's incredible to watch. A key part of Miorine's growth is her evolving relationship with Solera. Initially, she's cold and distant, but as they go through battles and challenges together, Miorine begins to trust Solera and opens up emotionally. By the end, she's someone who knows how to navigate the political landscape of their world and has earned the respect of her peers and enemies alike. Miorine's growth isn't without sacrifice. She faces betrayals, political schemes, and even moments where she doubts herself, but these struggles are what make her growth feel so earned. She's no longer just a rebellious girl. She's a strategic leader who learns to balance her personal desires with the greater good. At number 2, we've got Anya Forger from Spy Family. Anya might seem like the cute comic relief at first, but don't let that fool ya. Her growth throughout the series is one of the most charming and heartwarming aspects of the show. She starts off as a mischievous little girl who just wants to avoid getting caught in her telepathic powers, but over time, we see her become more empathetic, more determined, and even more capable, both as a student and as a key part of the Forger family's secret mission. Anya starts off as a bit of a troublemaker, using her telepathic abilities to get into and out of trouble. But as the series progresses, she begins to understand the importance of family, friendship, and responsibility. Watching Anya go from simply wanting to play with Bond and watch cartoons to taking her role in Operation Strix seriously is a delightful transformation. What makes Anya's growth even more compelling is her bond with Twilight and Yor. She starts to understand their emotions and sacrifices even when they can't say it outright, and she responds by trying harder to help them in her own way. This gives her character a lot more depth than just being the cute, funny kid. Anya's experiences at Eden Academy are another crucial part of her growth. At first, she's just trying to survive the elite environment, but over time, she starts to forge real friendships like her unlikely bond with Damien. Keep an eye on how Anya slowly develops her confidence as a student. She might not ace every exam, but her persistence shows incredible growth. Before we get into the top pick, let's hear from ya. Who's your favorite anime character with the best growth? Did we already mention them? Or are you waiting for that number 1 spot? Let us know in the comments, and while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to Everyday Dubs if you're enjoying this video. We've got more anime breakdowns and reviews coming your way every week. And taking the number 1 spot for the best anime character growth ever is none other than Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. Eren's growth over the course of the series is nothing short of monumental. From a young, idealistic boy filled with rage and a thirst for freedom, Eren evolves into one of the most complex, morally ambiguous characters in anime. His journey from hero to anti-hero has been a wild ride, and whether you agree with his actions or not, there's no denying the impact of his transformation. Eren starts off as a symbol of hope, someone who wants to protect his friends and free humanity from the Titans. But as the series progresses, we watch him spiral into someone willing to sacrifice everything and everyone for his idea of freedom. It's a tragic transformation, but it's also incredibly compelling to see how his worldviews shift over time. By the final arcs of Attack on Titan, Eren becomes an anti-hero and his decisions leave fans divided. His character growth isn't just about getting stronger. It's about how power and trauma reshape his sense of justice. He's a perfect example of a character who evolves not just physically, but mentally and emotionally, becoming a darker, more tragic figure. What makes Eren's growth so impactful is how much of it was foreshadowed. From his childhood dreams to the key decisions he makes in the later seasons, everything about Eren's journey is deliberate and complex. The show constantly plays with the themes of freedom, choice, and fate, and Eren embodies all of these struggles, making his character growth unforgettable. And that's our list for the best anime character growth ever. Which of these characters' transformations did you find the most impactful? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe to Everyday Dubs for more anime insights, reviews, and recommendations. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.